Good evening, everybody. Welcome to League of Extraordinary Inventors. I'm your host, Mike from Faraday Research. It is Free Energy Friday. It's Friday night, September 19th, 2025. Welcome to the show. And we have our usual panel on. We got Mr. Philip, and we got Nathan, and last but not least, and the best, Lulu. Welcome to the show. And we also got Bernie on, but he's going to be a few minutes late. So this week been really busy. I was doing a lot of work at the locker, and I built a Oregon energy pyramid, and I posted quite a few videos this week, and I got some effects that I wasn't looking for. Just happened, and actually my friend of mine, I sent a couple of pictures to him, and he noticed that I had an anomaly show up in one of my pictures. Before I get into that, live chat is open. If you have any questions, comments for our panel tonight, we have a lot of stuff to cover tonight. We might even have to go overtime because we have a lot of stuff to go through. So get yourself a coffee. You're going to need it. So,
how about a beer?
Or a beer. Well, that might put you to that might put you to sleep. No sleep.
Yeah, I'll
sparkling water.
Okay.
If only you could pass the beer through the screen to me, Phil.
Yeah,
I'll teleport it.
We should make one of those videos where you actually like a hidden screen, you give it to the second person, but somebody on the other window grabs it, and yeah, something like that would be funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, I'm just gonna hopefully everybody has seen the videos that I posted this week. I'll just
Mike, it's very exciting what you did. Like
I didn't know it was going to happen. It was totally by accident, completely by accident. It didn't even cross my mind that that would happen. So, okay, I'm going to show you what I did that created my effect here. I'm just going to share my screen here. Okay. All right. So, this video.
Hey, Mike, is that hollow underneath the top of that thing?
Yes. Yeah, it's hollow. Yes. So, okay. So I got the pyramid. It's spinning on its axis, and I got a bowl of water in the middle that's deionized water. And then before I got the effect, I added a tube going from the top of the crest of the pyramid into the water. So there's a stream. So if Oregon's going through the pyramid, it's going to gravitate through that tube and ground itself in the water. So I got that rotation going. Now, this is what happened. I'm going to show you. Okay, this was the original picture I took. Everybody can see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I took this picture. I sent it to my friend Barry. All right. Didn't even think about it. And Barry goes to me, Mike, there's something in the picture. And I go, what? And he goes, okay, I'll send you the picture back. So he sends me the picture back. This is what was in the picture. I had an orb hovering above my locker. It's not a bird. It's not a plane, definitely. You can see it's kind of around and almost looks like it has almost like a corona around it.
Is it staying still? Is it
Yeah, it
moving?
was stationary. It wasn't moving an inch. It was
Oh,
staying
okay.
in one spot.
That's weird.
You know,
You should
I've
have.
seen.
And Lulu said that they can react if you send laser towards them.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. So I've messed with these things for a long time. You know, I have videos of these. But that's why I'm so interested in knowing what did you do to make them appear? Because
Yeah,
I've, you know,
that's all I
yeah.
did. That's all I did. So now I have 6 lasers, red lasers. My new device is going to have that orgonite pyramid. That's going to be suspended just below inside the framework that I made. So I'm going to suspend that in the middle. And I'm going to have something else added to it. I want to leave that to be a secret right now until I try it. I want to see if it enhances the effect. But it's going to be wild. And I want to do the experiment at nighttime.
Nice.
Nighttime might be difficult to see because you won't be able to tell the difference between if it's a plane or unless you
do
have
both. I could do
yeah.
both.
The daytime, that's when they really like you could really tell the difference.
Oh,
You
I
know,
got to worry.
between them.
Do you have like infrared goggles and stuff like that?
I wish I did. I don't.
No.
All I have to worry about is if black helicopters decide to show up. So, but anyways, that's basically what I did this week. So there's some videos there, some postings of the radar. Now, with the day I did that experiment where I got that orb, my buddy Barry was sending me radar images of the area. There was a weird mass that was over a town next to us that showed up. And then after I stopped the experiment, that mass from the radar shot disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I got pictures of that as well. Actually, I think I
Uh,
posted.
You got to
Sorry,
repeat it again. You have to repeat it again. So, you know, we
Yeah,
like we
I
make
tried.
sure that this is it.
Yeah, I tried a
But
different method today. I didn't really get a result that I wanted, but
is your apparatus emitting something?
well, it's the Orgon Energy Wilhelm Reich. So now I got a Orgon pyramid that's designed to draw that energy in.
Yeah.
So if I get that inside my pyramid framework with water and lasers and spin the sucker, I might get some interesting effects. So
Yeah.
You know, I have an old dish, like, you know, one of those like the dish things, the one that has like the dish, you know, like Dish Network, they're old little dish things that they put on the roof. An old one.
yeah,
Okay.
I wonder if we could use that to somehow put it as the base, you know, because the shape of it has a like a transmission you know lensing for it,
yeah.
and so if
So
you I don't know, just an
actually,
idea.
yeah, just to, I want to show my buddy's website. He's been doing this for a while. He's made incredible products. I'm not making money off this. He's been a very good supporter of my work. And I'll show, hold on, just bear with me here for a second.
Mike, that's really interesting stuff, man. Like I was sitting there watching that, and the first thing that came to mind was something that we talked about the other day. You know, sometimes there could be like an inverse reaction, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a direct connection to what, you know, if your other side of your energy source is way up there, well, whatever you got going on down by you, you also kind of create on the other side too, just in a different, in a reverse configuration, so to speak.
Yeah.
So,
So this is my friend's website. It's Tivon. He and his wife they live in Morocco. They did live in the States, but they moved to Morocco for several reasons. But anyways, it's ftwproject.com, and they make all the EMF and protection devices from you know, all the transient bad, you know, electromagnetic waves, and they make necklaces and brooches, and they make these like a hockey puck type thing that you can put under your pillow, and it protects you from EMF. And he's got some really nice products here. He also has really good videos that explains all his products and how they work. He's done a lot of testing with electroculture, using the products in his electroculture and getting pretty amazing results. So I suggest everybody take a look at it. It's ftwproject.com. And yeah, check him out. He's got some really good stuff, and he's been around for a while. So he sent me a whole package. I got, you know, necklaces that I could wear, protects me from, you know, the parasitic energies that are coming from 5G and all that stuff. And yeah, it's well worth checking it out. There's a picture of him, and that's Tivon and his wife there, and they live in Morocco right now. So I got this hockey puck thing. I've also got the pyramid, and yeah, these pads here, they go on the back of your cell phone and protect you from the 5G, and it filters out all the parasitic energies that are related with all the 5G networks. So anyways, yeah.
Well, what's up with the 6G? I heard China is into 6G right now.
Yeah, I heard that's going to be in effect as of 2030. 6G is on its way now.
2030, that's going to take some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Gerald in the chat, man. What's up, buddy?
Yeah,
hey, Gerald.
There he is.
The voice of God.
What's up, Gerald?
The lion. But anyways, that's what I wanted to share tonight. If everybody wants to check out what I did this week, just go to the Faraday Research YouTube channel, check it out. Send your questions, comments in the videos, and hopefully I can respond to them. Good or bad.
Well, you inspired me, Mike, actually 2 weeks ago with the idea of harnessing the electric field. But it turns out it's pretty easy to harness a magnetic field as well. And turns out the magnetic field at close distances is a lot more dense than the electric field by a large factor. And I'm going to show you something that there's a magnetic field and an electric field, but the electric field is a bit weaker. A magnetic field has a gravitational acceleration component in it, and that's what I'm going to show tonight. And I'll show the maths, I'll prove it, and I get very exact results. So I'm going to share my screen here. My computer is... Okay, just wake up. Alright, can you share my... Yeah, alright. I'm going to start with the traditional intro here.
You don't have any sound. You don't have any sound. Make sure when you share the screen, the bottom right-hand corner, make sure that sound button is turned on.
Okay, well, next time I will. Okay. So I wanted to show. This is my experiment. Well, I have this is a version of my experiment. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a magnet next to a candle wax. Candle wax is diamagnetic, so it's getting repelled by a magnetic field. So I'll show it to you right now. Boom. So you clearly see that the diamagnetic materials are being repelled by a magnetic field.
Philip, is there a chance that that actually might be a little bit of an electret? Maybe it's holding an electrostatic charge, or
Well, I tried it on wood, wax, and I get the same results, which makes sense. So the results are very consistent, even if I change the material. So I mean, if and these are consistent with the mainstream science. So I don't think there's a lot of. It's not ionized, or there's no. You know what I mean? Um, so I did try the same, but on a cardboard cardboard box, and let's see what happens here.
Cool.
It's actually being attracted. Cardboard is actually diamagnetic as well, but very weakly diamagnetic, but it's being attracted. Why is that? You know, here are the materials and their properties. You see paraffin wax, diamagnetic. It should repel. Cardboard is weakly diamagnetic, and it should be repelled. But why is it really attracted? So here comes my explanation. My mathematical explanation is because there is a gravitational acceleration component in a magnetic field, because the magnetic field has a energy density differential, obviously, and the the differential of the energy density is a force. So a force is going to be induced from is going to derive from the energy density, the energy potential, and that's what gravity is. So you see right here, that's a perfect example of gravity, and I made the calculation, and I get exactly what is being observed. I'm using this formula here. The BZ calculates the magnetic field in function of the distance. R is the radius of the magnet. L is the thickness of the magnet, and the acceleration that can be derived from a magnetic field. You simply multiply the magnetic field by the speed of light, and you divide it by the square root of the Coulomb's constant divided by the gravitational constant, and you'll get the gravitational acceleration component of a magnetic field. And in my case, the acceleration is not. I mean, the acceleration is constant, but the box, the acceleration affects differently the box, because the box is 7 centimeters long, and the acceleration at the beginning of the box is different from the acceleration at the end of the box. So I made the calculation of how much distance will be traveled by the box after 9 seconds. Because what you saw here, the box traveled for 9 seconds. So if I made the calculation, then I calculate that it should travel a distance of 7 centimeters within 9 seconds. And I measured actually 9 centimeters for 9 seconds. So it's very close to the observation. I mean, it's very precise. This calculation is very precise, and I get very nearby. And, the theory is very close to. I didn't calculate the uncertainty, but pretty close to the observation. So that's really awesome, and it's like that's what gravity is, and I'm confirming it right now. And I'm gonna study paramagnetic material after that. Paramagnetic material are attracted by a magnetic field, and I'll make the calculations, but that's a start right there.
Yeah, that's really cool, Phil. I seen that earlier this week.
Yeah, and you inspired me, so thanks for that. Thanks for that. You know, last week I was into my bank capacitor with bank capacitor that was blowing up. You know, the watermelon and stuff like that.
Hey,
So, but
you know what? You have to blow something up to make a discovery. Don't
yeah,
be
exactly.
shy.
So yeah, I shared that with a lot of groups, and a lot of groups, and not to name names, and mailing lists with 41 PhDs in it, and nobody, they all open mouth, and nobody is not saying anything. So their typical behavior, they don't.
No,
Keep
don't
themselves.
yeah, don't worry about what other people are doing, Phil. Just worry about what you're doing. There's going to be idiots everywhere. There's going to be. I'm getting shadow banned like big time on my channel right now. It's like driving me nuts.
Phil, what is it floating? What do you have it on that it's floating? What is the material that is keeping
It's
it
on
up?
foam.
Like styrofoam?
Yeah,
Do
foam
you think?
floating on the water.
Well, do you think styrofoam is affecting it? Because styrofoam has properties that have, that static. Like they could like
Well,
create
yeah,
a lot of static.
that's why I listed it here in the materials.
Okay.
Foams. It's just like the cardboard. It's weakly diamagnetic, so it has the
Well,
same properties of a cardboard.
Okay.
you know what? Because it's floating in water, the water might saturate that magnetic property and not. You know what I mean?
Electrostatically connect to it.
It's like like it dampens it, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said, "Oh, the magnet creates a hole in like a drop, like a little hole in water, and then that's what attracts the foam. But if you remove the cardboard box, the foam is not gonna move. So it should move according to ChatGPT, but it's not gonna move. So it's not really affecting the water. The geometry of the surface of the water, you know. And
Philip,
yeah,
that slide that you just showed, can you send that to me or give me a link to that?
that's the slide you
The one just before with all the charts.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that one there. Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you get a chance, could you send me a copy of that?
Sure. Do you want the calculations as well?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna a PhD is gonna help me out writing a peer-reviewed paper for that. So, and it's probably gonna do it freely since it's a fundamental, fundamental principle. You know, if I talk about if I was to write a paper on and dark matter and dark energy, it's very it's not fundamental at all, but this is fundamental. So it has a lot more importance, you know. And that's the paradigm drift show. I'll let Mike share that video with everybody later. So
do you want to do it now or later? We could do it later if you want.
Yeah, let Gerald and Joe speak first, and then we'll show it after.
All right, Mr. Gerald. Mr. Gerald, front and center.
Hey, Phil.
Did you call me?
I bellowed, yes.
Oh, right on. I got nothing for you. I just came to say hello.
Oh.
That's all. I have an experiment on the desk, and I got my 4 camera set up, but I'm just trying to get the PVR to connect to the camera on Zoom. So
Did you see
I
my orb?
don't know if I'm going to get to show it to you tonight. What's that?
Did you see my orb?
Did I see your which?
Orb.
Your last video? No, I haven't. I have it on my desktop, but I haven't seen it yet.
Here, I'll just show you the pictures real fast.
Please do.
It's like the Boogosphere, another one.
Yeah.
You know?
pretty much. Okay, so here's the original picture. All right. So I sent it to my friend Barry, and I didn't even think about it. I just sent it. He goes, Mike, hello. What does that look like to you?
Well, isn't that interesting?
So he sent me the second picture because I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. So he circled it. And I just randomly took a picture of the cloud just to show him the cloud formation. I didn't know this was there.
You know, that certainly looks like something, I don't know, spherical with a dark side and a white side, kind of like what Ashton Forbes has been talking about for the last how many years? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
just
Jamie
saying that's what it
Plains?
looks like, right?
Or it could be like the sun is from one end, you know? Like it's
No.
like the light
I
is
don't think
shining.
there'd be a shadow
because-
there.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the original picture, look, here's the original. And I'm just going to zoom it in a little bit. You could see it clear as day is right there.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly possible to make a drone inside of a sphere. Or at least to make it look like it's a sphere. How about saying it like that?
Well,
What
I'll
are
put it
the
to you.
odds of that, of somebody being right there when he's doing an experiment? You know,
And
like
I just
that-
You're not wrong.
I randomly took this picture. I did not know it was there. That's the
Maybe
thing.
you're being watched, Mike.
Yeah.
You never know, man. I mean, you're
Oh.
working on some crazy next level stuff. Whether we think it is or not, because we've all been discussing it for the last year, but you're dude, it's next level.
I was looking for energy. I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for something entirely different.
Well, that's perfect. I think you're getting one aspect of a system that we're all gonna, in the end up coming together on, if you know what I mean.
I think
Who knows?
I might have initiated that already for everybody somehow this past weekend.
Well,
So-
the other thing too, I have to tell Gerald, is my buddy was taking radar images of the area where the experiment was. So one town away, there was a mysterious blob over the town, over the city of Brampton.
Oh, that's
And-
wild.
Okay, and after I shut the device off, he goes, "Is the device off?" And I go, "Yeah." And he takes another radar image of that area, and that blob was gone. It disappeared.
Huh.
So that blob was about 20 kilometers away.
And it's high frequency because that's what radar is. So that's very interesting.
And it wasn't a storm cloud. That's the thing.
No,
It's
it
not
wouldn't.
a
It
storm
wouldn't have showed up on radar. It has to be a massive energy or a mass of some dense
Portal.
metal for it to
Portal.
get that echo back, right?
Yeah, portal.
Or a portal. Because you could get an echo back from that, depending on what kind of
Nice.
potential there is in there.
Yeah, and that was 20 kilometers northeast of where I was.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
so
food
you're
for
seeing
thought.
it in the direction of Niagara then.
No, opposite. If I go to Niagara, it is southwest of where I live.
Huh.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
you-
like by that anomaly by Quebec, the biggest magnetic anomaly in the world. If you look it up on Wikipedia kind of tells you a little bit about it. That's where that hill is, where you put your car in neutral, and it looks like
the Gravity Hill. Gravity Hill, yeah.
Yeah, what's under that hill, man? Next level crazy stuff. It was a meteorite that came in at a 30-degree angle where the sea is, where it meets the land, and it literally punked right underneath there. It's been there ever since. Nobody really knows what it is because they can't do a bunch of tests on it, but it's very interesting.
Very cool.
All right, cool.
You got some crazy pictures, Mike. You're gonna get a knock on your door by the Men in Black soon.
Yeah, there's been a lot of helicopters flying around lately.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
All that so-called free energy you're getting, they're gonna find you, Mike.
I don't think any of us are hiding. Nobody's hiding. I think it's like, why don't come on over so we can teach you. Come on over.
My address is in my paper as well, so bring it on, you know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't think any of us is really hiding or scared of, okay.
And this was done at 10:30 in the morning on a weekday.
Well, I can't say they're following me, but I'll say this. I don't have a phone, and there's no way of digitally tracking me. And I just finished testing this trailer. I biked 30 miles without even charging the bike. And when I got to the end of the 15-mile mark, I had this helicopter like way up there sort of doing circles around me. So I flipped it the bird a few times and then headed back towards my house. But in the process of testing what I was doing. So I never told anybody I was testing that day. But it's just interesting that a helicopter was there. We're all being kind of looked at. I know that for a fact. It's just the nature of the beast, guys, when you're working on tech that
I would hope that they would spend their resources on more than just watching us. Like, why don't you actually, give us those funds so we could build something huge out of it, not just.
Why would they give the funds when they already got the goods? They ain't gonna pay for what they already have.
Yeah, but they're not going to have people that have passion to do it, for the science, for the love of experimentation. They're going to just have people that, want to create some money system around it, and that's it,
Yeah, they don't want to shut us up. What they want to do is hire a new team, get you working on a new device, and then they can shut you up because you've already signed NDAs and you're already part of the company. And sure, you make money, but they have it in another level. Then. You know what I mean? Why would they bother paying the money to shut you up or go through all the hassle? So who knows? We'll see, I guess, right? I know if I was looking at putting together a team, I'd research every individual that I was looking at. That's for sure.
The crazy thing is, like, sometimes too, like, the truth is just so strange that they know you could scream it from a mountaintop, and you just sound like a whack job. And even when you show it, people will find reasons to say why it's not. So
I've seen that. Yeah. Crazy.
Yep. All I can say is I did not expect to see what I saw this week at all. That was not my intention.
It's pretty cool, though, man.
You need to do it again so we can confirm that, if they appear again or other things show up, like that's it.
My new set, my new setup is going to be off the wall. When you see it, you're going to go, "Oh my god!"
Well, wait, before you do the new setup, like, just try this again. Like, repetition. If you repeat an experiment, you get the same result.
Yep.
Then if it's not broken, don't fix it.
The only thing I would change this time is do it in a different location.
Okay. Makes sense.
Because I got power lines right above my locker, and you know what I mean? So that could be an issue.
I think you should repeat it in the same location with the same variants and the same variables just to see if it happens again. Then go, like, you know.
Sorry, Lulu.
Oh, we're gonna see Mike on the Canadian news over there. The guy that built
CBC.
the triangle that stole all the power from the neighborhood.
You think
He's
your
over there doing his
experiment?
rain dance. You know what I mean? I
You
can
think
see it
your
now.
experiment called them to you, Mike?
What's that?
I said, you think one of your experiments called them to you?
Maybe.
Interesting.
No, but the news station, they don't care about innovation. In Canada, I send them my some discovery, some important stuff to CBC, Radio Canada actually, and they didn't care. You know, they don't care about innovation. They just want to talk about mainstream stuff that will increase their watch rate. You know.
Yeah, and you know how that works. They just lie more. That's
Yeah,
all they
exactly.
do.
It's a downward spiral of lying.
Yeah, mainstream news, that's how they make their money, is by lying. There is no truth there.
Yeah.
See,
I agree with that.
Last time I had the same thing happen with these orbs showing up, I was doing the end machine, and I was hitting the end machine with about 11,000 volts. So I got this spinning, rotating magnetic field going at, like, I had it up to like 3,000 RPM, and I'm smashing it with 11 kVA of electricity. That I got an effect from that too. I got noticed.
You notice when you make like a gravitational wave that there's helicopters flying above?
Yeah.
No, seriously, have you ever noticed that? Because you start to hear them after a while.
All the time.
I had well, that day on Tuesday, I had about 6 helicopters go over.
Man, I keep on I think this is what we're really doing. I think there's different fields, and when we're tapping into that field, the helicopters, the orbs, the weird, they already are there, but we're matching the frequency. That's why we're seeing them.
Well, when I do see or hear the helicopters, have you guys ever run out there and you hear it like it's above your head and you got your camera in your freaking hand, but there's no helicopter nowhere to be found? Those are the ones that should make you nervous, because where the hell is it? It's not above the cloud cover. The cloud cover's way high up, so what the hell? Don't know, just saying, it's interesting. So if you guys are hearing and seeing helicopters, watch for that very event to occur. If it does, then you hit on something that might, be a little bit crazy, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
I've seen that twice. So
what are you working on, Joe? I see a wire in his hand, and he's.
Oh, you're muted. You're muted there, Joe.
Oh, I thought I unmuted. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just rebuilding my Tesla coil circuit so I could run more tests. I had a piece of quartz blow it up. This one piece of quartz that I was, putting the plasma on and stuff. It was like having a little bit of a different reaction, which is actually not a bad thing than some of the other tests I was doing. Whereas putting out a lot of ozone as the plasma was actually penetrating into the quartz crystal itself. And, every time it gets to a certain point, the whole entire thing, it looks like a grape, this particular piece of quartz. Every time it lights up bright purple, the whole entire thing, it blows my my circuit.
So be careful with the ozone. It's not good for your lungs.
Yeah, I know. It's next to a window. I do the best I can.
Yeah.
I secretly like the smell. I know it's not good for me.
I'm just gonna scoot up for a quick smoke. I'll be right back.
Oh, you want to show the paradigm drift before you leave?
We're all here.
Let's see. Okay. Okay, let me get the screen share set up here.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Put yourself up here, and we've got a final payment situation developing right now. Sam's lining it up.
Oh, just tap it?
Oh my God, this could be legendary.
Welcome into the show. All right.
That when you are on deck, you are going to check your camera, you are going to check your microphone, you are going to check to make sure that all of your technical properties are working. And then we are going to bring you into the panel. Then you will turn on your video and your microphone, and you will make your presentation in 60 seconds. We have a timer here, which we will start 60 seconds on when you come into the room. And so as soon as you can make sure that we can hear you, just ready to go. I think we've decided this week not to count you in because we're losing a lot of time when we do the count-in. Did we decide that?
Yes, we're not going to count you in anymore. It's a waste of time. Theorists, your job is to tell us the problem. Tell us the solution to the problem and tie them together. If you can do that in 60 seconds, we'll have something to talk about afterwards. All right. So if you do not finish in 60 seconds, you will hear the timer go off. If you keep talking, eventually we are going to interrupt you with the old-fashioned gong. At which point, we will cut you off and make you hang out with us. Nastia is discussing something very important with people on the internet. Oh, people are saying our audio is not loud enough. Turn up your speakers, turn up your microphone, turn up your headphones. We are working on finding a hardware solution to that for next month. Actually, we already figured.
Yeah.
We've got a solution for next month. For this month, just turn up your headphones and we will be louder. Otherwise, I think that we are ready for a very special treat. We have somebody on the show who you should all be quite familiar with to kick things off tonight. We have our dear friend and podcast guest from last week, the brilliant Dr. Michael Hughes, to kick things off with a new minute. This is Michael's, I think, 4th or 5th minute he's done.
He's fast forward to you guys or what?
Yeah, Gerald's up first.
Anchor of the show at this point.
Oh, Gerald's on
And
first.
Alan Izararos, you are on deck. So get your tech checked. And for now,
guys, let's give Michael a warm round of applause. Come on, guys. Come on. Seriously, come on. All right, there it is. Welcome to Paradigm Shift number 6. Michael.
Thank you for having me. Right.
Did it.
The physical or the idea I'd like to talk today about is how we conceive of the physical basis of memory in living systems. And what I want to propose to you as my paradigm drifting idea is that we can conceive of memory in living systems as nested scales of hysteresis loops that make up memristors. And so memristors are a very interesting piece of computation as one of 4 computational devices, the other 3 being a capacitor, a resistor, and an inductor. But a memristor is unique because it has this physical effect of hysteresis, or a memory of its prior state that affects whether it's triggered or not. And we actually see this in living systems all the time, right? If I have climbed recently, I'm going to be a much better climber in the future. If I have had, if a neuron of mine has recently fired, it can't fire for a little bit. Right? And so the level of microtubules, current moves in a memristor way, and salt water viscosity actually behaves like a memristor at the atomic level as well.
Hey! All right, guys, come on. Give it up for Michael. That's how we kick things off at Paradigm Shift.
all right. So memory functions with memory?
So I think what's curious is how the computation devices that we use, like how we store data on a hard drive, there's actually a physical kind of 1 or 0 bit there, a charge that's in that. And they used all three computational devices, the capacitor, resistor, and inductor, but not the memory resistor. And this is seemingly kind of not unique to biological systems, but shows up in biological systems in a way that doesn't show up anywhere else. And what's unique about a memory resistor is that you can do computation on the memory. So where in my computer, I have to take like memory or bytes from the RAM and move it to the CPU, do math, and then do that cycle again, you do computation in a different place than the memory. So what a memory resistor kind of allows you to do is where the memory is stored, you are also doing computation, whether it's triggered or not, based on its prior history. And this is a different paradigm of computation that is actually like becoming realized in computer science now, because we can start to physically build a memory resistor, but it's been with us this whole time at these different scales of biology, just inherent to seemingly how these chemical systems are built.
Mm-hmm.
You are in luck because we have a computer scientist with us in the studio live for the very first freaking time. Dorian, is any of this making any goddamn sense to you?
No, I think it makes a lot of sense, what he's saying. However, I think the reason why we don't do computations in RAM is because RAM is slow compared to level 1 and level 2 caches. So we are loading it closer to the, I guess, to the physical CPU for the reason that, you know, light speed matters at these kind of tech frequencies. And so that's kind of the reason. What would be interested to me is, so I've heard of hysteresis. I'm not a physicist, but I've heard of hysteresis effects in terms of, I guess, electrodynamics. So because like some magnets have this kind of property of remembering charges, I guess. And do you think that that is really an electrodynamic process in the brain that makes the hysteresis effect, or is it something else?
I think because I posed that there's a few different scales of what's going on. At the base end of it, it's all electrodynamics at atomics, and I think that's kind of cool to like build up from there. But I think that there's also some other ways of imagining hysteresis kind of as like even just a rubber band or something elastic as well. There's other physical systems other than the electrodynamic one. And that's usually where my mind goes, in places with like osmotic pressure or tendons or that kind of thing. But I want to answer your question as you asked with the electrodynamics and the magnetic stuff, where it shows up in the body. And I actually think that
Everyone, I'm here today to address a problem that has plagued electrical engineers and physicists for some time now. When energy flows down a given length of wire, an electromotive force is created in opposition to that flow of energy, which has been termed inductive reactance. By using a series of electrical instabilities to our advantage, I hypothesize the negating of inductive reactance through direct energy conversion by utilizing angular momentum created by magnetohydrodynamic flow of electrons meant to mimic the atom. Solved under a field reverse configuration of a sacred geometrical electromagnetic coil system, this will allow for a reduction in cost to our electrical devices, a possible increase in longevity in our electrical systems, and possible superconductivity. Thank you for your time.
All right.
All right.
Come on, guys.
Welcome,
Good job.
Gerald. So
Thank you for having me.
hypothetical electrodynamics.
Yes. Well, not so much hypothetical. I kind of built the system.
Okay, do you have it?
I do.
What's it do?
I create energy from how do I put that? I can literally take an electromagnetic coil that's a vortex coil, and I can pulse on one side, pulse on the other, cohere the energy into a ferrite magnetic core that's not even touching the initial coil system at all. Basically, much like a coherent matter wave.
Next time you come, can you bring this and demonstrate it?
Absolutely. I have over 315 videos on YouTube that demonstrate exactly what I've been doing.
I feel like this is a hard thing to examine.
Absolutely. This is out of the box thinking, and it's not regular physics, so to speak. although it is.
You said a lot of physics words, that's for sure. I heard a lot of it. If we were playing bingo, you would have hit all the physics words. But I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Describe the system that I've been observing and had multiple people observe as well.
Dorian, Tatiana, did you guys catch anything of note?
Yeah, I think he's referring to Lenz's law. That's the one that creates the opposite. We have a lot of it in computer science, and that's kind of the reason why we need to cool CPUs, because whenever we use a lane, let's say in a CPU, and there's a parallel lane, then we induce electricity in the opposite direction, which we don't want, because it's information that we don't want to actually transmit. And then we have to, kind of counter this, and the result is heat. And that heat has to be removed with essentially with either with water cooling or some sort of cooling scheme. So basically what you're saying is, do you need to apply a counter, like a counter electricity, or is it just somehow free?
Well, it's not free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. But basically, I use a vortex coil to compress the energy into the center of the open core itself. And I use 7 to 8 different instabilities that electrical engineers try and get rid of. And I use those in a series to accumulate the energy in the, what some would call the back electromotive force. But ultimately, it is inductive reactance. But I capture that, and I capture it 100%. And the system cycles so fast, it doesn't allow heat to enter into the system itself.
This cursorily, this sounds like you've made an electromagnet. Is that possible? That you've just made an electromagnet?
It is an electromagnet. Yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between like a conventional electromagnet and the thing that you have done?
I can light over 4 amps of LEDs with less than 100 milliamps of power.
It's much more efficient.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that you should come back, and I think you should bring your device.
Yeah, let's fire up some LEDs.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
All right,
I think we're gonna keep it rolling.
We're gonna let you go for right now, but
Guys,
thank you for your time, everybody. I appreciate it.
Give him a hand. Come on, guys.
Thank you so much.
Come on.
Okay, beautiful. All right. We'll see you next time.
Fast forward it to Joe.
Yeah, there's like a 40-minute dude in front of us that all he did was talk about circumcision.
Yeah.
Got enough fun.
All right. Nice to see you, Ricky.
Look at his head. Oh, shined up. Oh my god.
It looks like they have a lot of fun. I mean, they've got music and
Painful.
Nathan, you're such an anti-sport.
Sounds like
God.
monsters. Sounds like the
They need
monsters.
to change their style to death metal,
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome, Joseph.
Holy shit.
Good evening.
Who's
It's
that?
good to see you. All right, we got
Yeah.
a minute on the clock for you. Hit it when you're
All
ready.
right, slightly less phallic than the last. Let's go. All right, so we're looking to create a sustainable, self-organized, high-density plasma held captive in air at atmospheric pressure. This is accomplished by creating a physical bifurcation of differentials by virtue of the initial configuration. The system creates an asymmetric equilibrium by exploiting the natural properties of a semi-permeable insulative membrane that allows for hydrogen plasma formation intramedia at the uppermost surface of the membrane without combustion, which is then drawn out of the membrane and contained by the anodic bias at the surface, causing plasmatic zoning on the anodic side of the membrane. As the density reaches critical, the zones chase, stick, and bind, causing a rotational energy vector, thus a magnetic component. This leads to a parabolic condensation of anodic plasma to swoop around the hydrogen plasma in a vortex. An increase in magnetic field compression pinches the vortex, collapsing into a toroidal sphere, with the hydrogen plasma in the center in the state of resonant cavitation.
All right, dude. Okay, come on. Guys, come on. First time on the show, Joseph.
It was dense for a minute. I'm sorry, but you know.
Again, a lot of physics words. You seem like you need to team up with our second guest?
Yeah, can you evaluate if that was less
I know
phallic
Gerald,
than the
but
previous?
we've worked together.
Ah, makes sense. So you guys are speaking a similar dialect, which we are not initiated into, it seems. But maybe
that's fair. We could take it slow.
All right. First of all, before I forget, I want to actually know who you guys are. Where are you at, by the way?
I'm in New York.
New York. What part?
Yep. And we do a YouTube channel, well, a couple of YouTube channels that work together on not only just theory, but also, experiments. Now, this particular theory, so actually follows the experimentation and not the other way around.
What is your ultimate goal? You're trying to build energy devices?
Well, I think that the implications of having captive plasma are pretty self-explanatory, but there's definitely an energy device aspect of this. I think that with this in the initial phasing of testing, and we're kind of going into the second mode now. We're looking to actually capture the cavitative pulses that are coming off of this sphere that we're forming on the membrane surface through coils in resonance, and then being able to extract that energy in the resonance in the coils. For use. And we don't have those figures yet on it, but the effects that we're seeing off the testing is absolutely mind-boggling. So very cool stuff.
What is the ultimate aim of this? Is it energy production or power harvesting? I should say.
It's a great question. I mean, are
you going to use it to grow even bigger muscles?
That is the primary. Yeah, that is the primary. Initial task at hand. But the saying is, in this type of when you're dealing with these types of field generations, is that when you have one, you kind of have them all. So when you bring things into separated equilibriums with one another, what you end up with is very, very fascinating results. And again, we're still exploring it. I don't want to make claims, but some of the anomalies we're seeing are pretty rad, to be real.
So is it, I think you might have already answered this question. Is the goal power generation?
Power generation is just, it is the main aspect of it.
I feel like this is Oppenheimer like playing in a sandbox, and he's got like a couple nuclear bombs in there, and they're like, "What are you doing, dude?" And he's like, like some fun things will happen eventually. And you're like,
I'm Italian.
That's the only accent I can muster.
He was American.
The Italians are the only people I can make fun of because I'm gonna get in trouble otherwise.
He's American. You can make fun of him. I don't know.
That's no fun. I can't make my own accent.
This is true.
He's got a German last name. Anyways.
Yeah, but he was born in America, and I think New York, or where is he from?
But so
leave it to the German to know.
This is true.
New German.
Is room temperature plasma that you're just kind of doing stuff with? Like, what is the picture?
Well, I could describe how we accomplish it, because I think, to me, that's the fascinating part, at least. Traditionally, if you're going to have plasma in a contained and self-organized state, you need to have it in a vacuum tube under certain conditions.
Sure.
And we broke the mold with that by separating the anode and the cathode. So the positive and the negative are completely separate.
Isn't that generally how that works in a circuit, though? Like a cathode ray tube, like.
Yeah. So follow this. So the cathode is in water. Okay, and it's stainless steel, which has a hydrogen attracting element to it. The hydrogen actually wicks up into our membrane substrate, which is semi-permeable. So it's got porosity to it. It's allowing moisture through it, as well as the ionized hydrogen. That precipitates up toward the top surface, where the anode is actually very focused on a certain spot. That opposite charge actually pulls, like lightning pulls energy from the ground before it strikes. This pulls the ionized hydrogen to the surface. Then the current and the heat from the anode create the plasma intramembrane. So it's actually creating in a vacuum environment, but then able to be drawn out. And when the stability comes into, when it starts to accumulate, it starts to zone out to find its stability. And as soon as that zoning happens, the anode has a magnetic component to it, the way that it's formed. And then that actually creates a rotation to it. And when the rotation occurs, then it actually collapses into a sphere, and the sphere is pulsating.
So
that's
problem.
sort of what's going on.
People gotta start bringing these plasmoid thingies around to show us. Can you do a show and tell next time?
I absolutely can. We have hundreds of hours of footage and anomalies and super fascinating things to see.
Bring the real plasmoid. I want to see the thing in its flesh.
We showed today on the channel something I've never seen before. Okay, which is it's emitting black light, and I don't mean black light. I mean like it acts like light, but it's pitch black. I've never seen anything like it. I'm still trying to get my head around it.
Yeah, you gotta show us this stuff. Like this is again with like with electrical stuff. I will say. Oh,
let's check in with our closest to electrical engineer that we have on deck today.
Sure.
Does any of this make any goddamn sense to you?
Maybe. I have absolutely no idea. Like this is so far from my reality that I cannot judge whether that can work or not. I have no idea.
I'm in the exact same boat.
I'm afraid I am too. We need some demos. Yeah, maybe.
I would have brought demos, but I know it was a no demo situation.
No. You can bring an alien if you've got one. We just don't do screen shows. So if you can show us anything, maybe you can hold an iPad up if you have to. But if you could bring the actual plasma orb and like twirl it around, I would. But that you can just, I'll come work for you. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Listen, that's all good. We can figure something out. For what it's worth, I don't actually do the experiments myself. I have a group that I work with. I do the analysis of all the data, and work out exactly what's going on, what has to change. If we want to bring certain attributes out, or grow it, or make two, or some stuff like that. I work with them to analyze the data, find the anomalies, and then figure out exactly how to exploit it.
Right on, man. What's your YouTube channel?
It's Old Man Builds. It's my friend Nathan's channel.
All right.
He specializes in a lot of Tesla coil stuff, and radiant energy, shooting energy through the ground, not the air, and then being able to light bulbs up 50, 70 feet away with just like small current going through it. So pretty cool stuff.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
All right, man. Well, keep at it. Come up, give us an update, bring us some examples next time. And congratulations. First time on Paradigm Drift. Number 6, Joseph Lowett. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Guys, give him a hand. Come on, guys. You can do better. Welcome into the show. All right. Come on, guys.
Good job, Joe.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, tough crowd.
The galactic rotation curve without dark matter, the expansion of.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Guys, give him a
relativity, and basically saying it's very simple. I mean, I tested it as well, and I tested the anti-gravity, using MHD vortex of gallium that generates a gravito-electromagnetic field.
Oh, you missed my 1 minute intro,
It's
Mike.
very simple. It's just energy.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Guys, give him a hand. Come on, guys.
Welcome to the show, Phil.
Thank you.
All right, your video quality is not fantastic, but we're gonna try it. All right, you got a minute on the clock. Let's hit it.
Okay. Finite theory. I wrote a well-debated, groundbreaking new gravitational theory that can explain the gravitational force, which is just a potential energy differential, the light bending, the perihelion precession disparity, the galactic rotation curve without dark matter, the expansion of the universe without dark energy, the flyby anomaly, the vacuum catastrophe, the annihilation process, the curve production, the quantum tunneling, which leads to groundbreaking, new cost-effective deep technologies, such as stealth propulsion or anti-gravity at TRL4, force field, which is at TRL3, antimatter genesis, which is at TRL2, and much more. So I'm in touch with the U.S. Navy right now. They're very interested, but I need to expand my experiment a little bit more. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome to Phil. Phil's been hanging around for a long time, so it's good to meet you, Phil.
Yeah. I've been at the previous show, but I missed the boat, I guess.
It's all right. The boat has arrived.
I feel like you just teased us with your theory. You're like, I got the best theory ever that solves everything, but you didn't actually tell us what it was.
Yeah,
it's a mathematical theory.
Yeah, mathematical framework to replace general relativity, and basically saying it's very simple. I mean, I tested it as well, and I tested the anti-gravity, using MHD vortex of gallium that generates a gravito-electromagnetic field. And gravity is very simple. It's just energy distribution differential. That's it. So if you can create any form of energy, you're gonna create a force. You know, you create energy differential.
But Phil, let me ask you this, buddy. Let me ask you this. I think we all have like some vague college sense of general relativity. What is the improvement, or what was the mistake that was made in general relativity that causes it to be not as accurate and predictive as your model? Like, what is the fundamental difference? If you had to say one thing, what would it be?
Yeah, well, general relativity at the time it was written, back then they thought that the universe was just the galaxy, the Milky Way. They didn't know that it was greater than the Milky Way. So Einstein adapted this theory for the galaxy, but once they realized the universe is much bigger than the galaxy, then his theory started breaking apart. The galactic rotation curve didn't work they had to invent dark matter. Same thing with the expansion of the universe. They had to invent dark energy, the cosmological constant, and all that nonsense.
Okay.
So that's the biggest part.
Okay, so with your theory, you don't need dark matter, you don't need dark energy, you don't need these things to explain why the universe works the way it works. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We got a paper.
But we have to take his word for it, unfortunately. Apparently, we have to take his word for it because, yeah. I mean, this is the problem.
I've got a paper. It's very simple. I compare my mathematics with 500 galactic rotation curves using a little algorithm. And I've been able to match all 500 galactic rotation.
Okay, so you have a peer-reviewed paper published with this theory.
I'm not a mainstream PhD.
Cops have showed up, I believe.
PhD in astrophysics. So, but these people they can publish very easily, but for me, I'm not in that ivory tower.
Yeah, but I think if you have a theory and you have like proof of this, you tested it, I feel like you could write up a manuscript. I understand you don't have like the pedigree or the name, but he could submit it and
it'll probably get rejected. But like, hold on, he could at least bring some of that, right? Like he could bring a single example next time where he's like, this is how the mainstream curve predicts it, and here's my equation, and here's how it fits the data differently. That would at least give us something to like talk about. This is just, dude, you just basically opened all these cans of worms and asked us to take your word for it, and that's very uncompelling.
I've got an experiment I can show you.
I believe you do, man. I bet you might be the next fucking super genius, but I would have no way of knowing. So I'm asking you to like narrow this down to something that you can show us so that we can understand it, so that we don't have to take your word for it. Oh, yeah. Dorian's got it. No? All right. No. So why don't you do this, Phil? Do you got a website where you publish any of this stuff?
Yeah, it's called, well, my company is called fortnox.com. I'll post a link.
All right. Fortnox.com. So, folks, go check it out. Phil, sign up next time. Come back. Bring us one example. Compare the mainstream data to your mainstream fit to that data to your fit, and then we have something to talk about. Sound good?
Awesome. All right.
We'll see you
I'll
next
show
time,
you
Phil.
my
Guys,
my experiment as well.
absolutely.
Bravo, Phil.
There we go.
Yay. So, we lost Gerald.
I want to
well,
say
there
something. I don't
goes
know if I
there,
should
think.
say it or not, but I don't like them.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't
the Gong Show.
I don't like them. They're so
No, but
they're so distasteful.
yeah, but I mean, it's they got a lot of important people going to their show, so they got a lot of views. So it's a lot better than freaking APEC. Let me tell
Yeah,
you this.
but they're like they devalue their presenters a lot.
They should bring
sure do. I agree.
Falcon Space.
You know?
They should bring out Falcon Space.
Oh God, no, no.
Sorry.
No one should. I mean, we love compromised, dark money funded labs. Yes, we do. Right.
No comment. No comment.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yes, I shall too.
We'll let you guys fill in the blanks.
It's not that I didn't like them. I just like if they
It's
don't
like a Gong
understand
Show.
it, they like just I don't know, man.
I was sitting here
Maybe this is
talking
the
and I
show.
didn't realize I had my frigging mic muted. Damn it.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on.
Maybe it was for the better, but whatever.
You should also turn your phone 90 degrees so we can see you on full.
Well, yeah,
next time,
I just had to fix the circuit. That's why I was.
next time I'll go at their show, Lulu. I'll tell them. I'll bring because they know all the best physicists. They know Dr. Unziker, and Nassim Haramein, and all these famous out of the mainstream, mainstream and ATM people. So next time we're gonna tell them, bring them all in, and I'm just gonna debate them all. I'm tired of these people hiding and ghosting, especially ghosting. They think they're so smart that they don't have they don't have any time to waste with you and things like that. So no, let's bring them all on. I'm just gonna debate them all. I'm serious. I'm tired of.
You'll actually have more in common with Nassim than you think, but yeah, the rest of them fully agree.
Yeah, at least Unzecure is mainstream, but he's critical, and he's on the right path, but he didn't write
that
any
Nassim?
theory. No, Unzecure.
Yes, Nassim.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to step out. I missed a bit. I guess Nathan left.
Yeah, he had another interview to do. And my apologies for being late. I was watching Ashton Forbes crash out hard.
Oh yeah, I was watching Ashton.
Ashton Forbes is a disaster, yo.
He was
Wow.
flipping out tonight. Holy man.
Well, why is that? What happened?
Oh, he
He's
still
just a
is. He's
power
going
mode.
against, he's turned into a small hat shill that he's been mocking genocide, mocking Candace Owens, who was like his largest platformer, for her just bringing up possibilities, right? And not saying I'm for or against anything, but it's like he just turns on everyone. He crashes hard. And then I got sucked into it because he started swearing at me and threatening to expose our DMs. And I was like, do it, come on, like show them. But he wouldn't because he's a coward.
Yeah, I stay out of it, other than the whole like you're spitting in the face of others and you're sitting there and you know what I mean? Like that's a bunch of bullshit. I may not agree with everybody and how they think of certain things, but I don't sit there and go, "Oh, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about." It's not about that kind of shit, right? And if you're doing that, what the fuck are you on YouTube for? Sorry, Mike. Hey, I know it's your show, man. That's why I apologize. I'm gonna be swearing and all that.
Bleep, bleep,
Yeah, so
bleep.
next time you get shadow banned, Mike just say, "Well, look, Gerald apologized a few times."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they'll buy that.
Like that matters, right?
Well, for what it's worth, I don't think the government wants me playing with the things I'm doing, because I just fixed my PNP circuit, worked perfectly, and turned it off, no voltage, and then I look over, my power supply is dead.
Well, I want to speak. I want to talk about something. I went to an event this weekend, and I met very important people from the Department of Defense, from global strategies, from president and CEO of National Defense Industrial Association, to mayors, to Lockheed Martin, to some chief counsel. Anyway, but one of the important people that I spent maybe 20 minutes talking to was his name is Major General Lee Levy, Senior Advisor American of Global Strategist, this individual. Okay. And I told him all about our show and what we're doing. And then he said, "You guys need funding." And I said, "Yeah, we do." And then he's like, "What do you guys really like do?" I'm like, "Dude, we can create a force field that can stop your nuke, 40 to 50% slower. We have a technology that we could go interstellar. You like calling it a weapon. We like calling it innovation." And so he took my name, like he wrote my name down.
I wish
He
I would
wrote
have
the
got my
channel.
cameras. Sorry, Lily.
Huh? I'm
I
sorry?
wish I would have got my cameras for this experiment to show you guys. Then you really would. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, no. But yeah, so, hopefully I will be getting a call soon to put an idea together from this person.
Oh, there's another event I got from them. I'll forward it to you, Lulu. Did you get it by email?
No.
Yeah, there's another one. I'll forward it to you. Maybe it's yeah, right here. I'll forward it to you.
Yeah.
So a couple of videos ago, I put out a video where I'm facing two coils at each other with the secondary of a Tesla coil in between the two. And I'm picking up voltage on the Tesla coil as I'm exchanging energy between the two vortex coils, right? So you guys following me so far?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm at the stage where I created a second circuit in this crazy circuit that I've been using for the last 15 years. And I wanted to demonstrate it before saying it. So I'm going to probably do a live tomorrow on my channel, or maybe Sunday, to show it off. But I'm not using batteries anymore. I'm using capacitors now. And that's all I'm using.
Right on.
Yeah, so I can charge, like, so far with the capacitor bank I have, I'm charging 5 batteries at once, and I'm not using batteries to do it. I'm just using capacitors. I just have to kick it to start it and run it with the function generator, or a driver circuit, which I could use anything for, really. And that's it. So that's been built. It's sitting on my desk. I wanted to show it. I have 4 cameras faced at different angles so that you can see it's not a game. But again, I'll probably do live tomorrow because I couldn't get. Oh, hang on a sec. That's my power inverter that's running down from the cat bank that I've been running the whole time I'm sitting there talking.
Yeah, it's funny. I got my power supply to work, and then when I kicked my Tesla coil on before, the RF got so hot instantaneously that it kicked me out of the room.
That would be pretty hot.
Yeah.
Mike, I had a question since your channel's called Faraday. there's a paint that becomes magnetic. You could paint the walls and then you could stick magnets. Can that
I've heard of
paint
it.
act like a Faraday cage?
I think that's what the idea was. Yep.
Okay, so it can be.
yeah.
Okay.
But it only worked like low level Faraday, correct? Like it didn't. High voltage could get through, but like 120.
As long as you have,
I thought it was grounded out.
As long as you got a really good grounding system to it, it would work. But like Gerald said, yeah, it's just a matter of how much it would protect you.
That's like everything, though. Everything's only insulative to a certain point, and then it fails. Then it's no longer.
The paint breaks down, after a certain
over time.
Yep. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, but it is.
But it's
possible.
an idea. It's an idea.
It is possible. Yep. For sure.
Yeah, for a force field to actually be, I don't know, viable, you would have to have RF. You'd have to have magnetics and electrostatics all in one. You'd have to use the electrostatics to start the bubble, magnetics to fill the bubble, and then. Well, anyway.
Well,
it's possible.
I have a pretty cool experiment that I'm going to do tomorrow. Now that I have things back working, I took another piece of quartz and I flattened it out, with its grain pattern properly, and that way it sits all flat. And I dished it at the top with a round diamond bit. It's like a globe diamond bit. I got it in there, made like a nice round cavity, about like, I don't know, a little less than an eighth of an inch deep. And then I put like a little pinhole under that to kind of, entice the arc to, deposit its ions through the crystal lattice structure. And it may, so I'm trying to promote that as much as I can. And I already know that it's not going to be in resonance with a piece of quartz. So it's going to blow it to pieces like it did the other one. But how fast it forms, because the other one took a very long time to form in there. And the other thing with it was this piece of quartz it's smoky. So it already has iron ionization in it and and then it's irradiated. So I'm wondering if that's going to have any sort of effect as far as if it's already got ion deposition in the lattice structure itself. Is that going to be enough to potentially entice it? So we shall see. But I have a few pieces to play with.
Very interesting.
Yep. See how that goes.
Hey Lulu, I just forwarded you the email, but it's in Washington D.C. I think. It's not in Texas, unfortunately.
And happy belated birthday, Lily.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know about the Washington one, but I thought that there was something else. Yeah, I know about that. I'm not gonna go to Washington. Yeah.
Well, you're lucky it's not your birthday today, because I'd sing it for you, Lulu.
Do it.
If anybody's wondering, I don't hide my age. I am 44.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, nice. I'm 40. I don't hide my age either. I'm 48.
I'm still the senior citizen here. I'm 50.
I don't know, man. I'm proud of my age. I'm 51. I should have been dead.
Senior citizen 65. Come on now.
Oh,
You're really
Thank
600 years old, Mike? I mean, sorry.
Yep.
53.
Pay into retirement your entire life, and then they give you statistically like 7 years.
I don't get retirement, man. I have to work until the day I die.
I feel that. Me too.
All of us. But
there's no CPP for this guy.
With the rate of inflation, it pretty much screws our savings,
Yep. Yeah, I hear that. That's okay with all this
you have
electric
savings?
culture and devices that I've built. I'm not too worried about the end days. You know what I mean?
You know, I followed the rules on life. I did the American dream. I bought a house. I did the investments. I did the college funds. I did, but when bad things happen, it's a domino effect of it all falling, apart. So you could plan the best, financial plan for yourself and life, but all it takes is something that's not in your control, and it could topple it all away. So my advice is, you know do all that, but don't count on it 100% because
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah,
always
but
work out.
the deep state want us to be in debt. That's all they care. So all the lawsuits, the lawyers, they dominate North America. In China, is the opposite. And the engineers dominate China. They lead China. I mean, so that's why they produce fast.
All right, fellas and Lulu, have a good night. I'll catch you guys later.
Later, Joe.
All right, bye.
Easy, Joe.
There was this question about that UFO UAP footage of the orb off of Yemen's coast and how it deflected a Hellfire missile, but it came out that it's actually the switchback or the switchblade Hellfire, so it didn't have an explosive warhead or payload on it. It's the type that's kinetic only, and it opens up and has blades. So it's like it was these giant blades that essentially went through and cut that orb, and then it's showing that through that kinetic impact that whatever that was, the plasma had how it turned into those smaller orbs and kept following it and didn't destroy it. It must thus be plasma. It acted essentially like a liquid, like water droplets or oil droplets on water sort of thing, right?
Are you talking about the Hellfire missile?
Yes, and that Hellfire switchblade or switchback, whatever the hell.
Yeah, there's clearly a force field that deflects the missile.
Well, no, it didn't deflect it. It went through it, and it's that missile doesn't have an explosive warhead. It only has the blade. So it's that version of the Hellfire is strictly kinetic, and that it went through. It didn't deflect. You could see that it went through intact too, and then the other pieces that got separated from it then caught up and continued on with the rest of the orb, just like oil, right? So
so it's slightly deflecting from its trajectory, but that can be explained by time dilation. If you dilate time, but with a force field, it's gonna change the velocity component.
Well, so same thing goes with that. If it was a plasma sphere, you would have to have time dilation within it. It's very existence would define it, right? If I'm not saying that correctly, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Bert Ernie's back.
We got you're surrounded by Bernies. Oh no.
Right?
Oh, here's Ben. Here's Ben.
Here's your magnetic bubble. I had an epiphany about these images, and I drew them.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I like that.
I don't know what I drew. But I drew something that I had an intuition of. This is one.
Okay. So Lulu,
this is the other.
Okay, so the other picture, the previous one.
Love those.
Yeah.
On the right hand side, not this picture, but that other picture. Okay, so on the right hand side, you know how you have two lines surrounding what looks like a nucleus? So picture this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So on the inside of that bubble, on that inside line, it's turning to the left. The whole the atmosphere of it, the nucleus of it, it's all turning to the left. And the very outside ring, that's turning to the right. And that very compression between the two creates a force field. And that's what's accomplished through vortex mechanics, I guess you could call it.
But this is what I imagined it, how though. It takes from something and it puts into something. So it's like it's creating a negative void in one to create a more positive energy in the other.
Yeah, there is a white hole compared to the black. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm getting the stink eye. You're absolutely right about that, though, Lulu. There's a white hole to the black hole. At least that's the way physics would call it. I don't know if it's quite a black hole. I think it's more of a wormhole, and it's an in and an out. And I think you can have two types of wormholes. You can have one that can literally go to the destination or receive the person from the destination, where there's another type of wormhole where you literally can just go out or just be received. Remember how I told you guys I make sacred geometry 180 degrees out of phase? I figured out a way of splitting those coils, but still from a distance, getting each phase to operate with each other.
That's the key. We got to talk offline after about
Yeah,
that.
that's full blown entanglement at that point. It's not easy, but it is. And when I teach you guys like this group how to do it, you guys are gonna shake your head and go, "Oh my gosh, I'll never pay for an electric bill again." I'm telling you. But anyway, I'm getting the stink eye here. So, Lulu, thank you for your work. Thank you for your presentation at the group that you just talked to. I appreciate all your kind words if you were talking about me in any of that way. And if you weren't talking about me kind, thank you anyway.
Oh, but talk about kind of about everyone.
I'm kidding, Lulu. I'm kidding.
Gerald, we need to plan a time to talk, even offline. I'm gonna email you my phone number, my Canadian brother. So
yes,
you can
please do that, and I'll give you a call from my house, and then we'll yak for sure.
Thank you for it. Thank you
What's
for everybody's birthday wishes. I really appreciate y'all.
Oh,
happy birthday to Lulu. Happy birthday to Lulu.
You're embarrassing me, guys.
Happy birthday to
Lulu.
and we hope you have a wonderful year.
Thank you.
See, I warned you I can't sing.
That was beautiful.
That's great. Thank you.
I smoke break. I'm gonna be back.
All right, you guys, you have a great evening.
Email you tonight, Gerald, with my number.
Definitely, Bernie, do that. Thank you, Mike,
All right,
for your time.
take it easy, Joe.
Yeah, if I
Good
disappear, you know
presentation,
what
Bill.
happens.
You're kicking it. You're kicking it.
Thanks. You too, brother. We all did it.
If I disappear, everybody knows where I'm gone.
Don't worry, we'll find you. We'll find you. With Phil's
put a tracker on you.
We'll find you, Mike.
Put a GPS tracker, in your ass, so we'll track you.
Yeah, you can buy them from Amazon. All right, guys, I gotta go.
An Apple AirTag in my ass. How did you find him? An Apple AirTag. Where is it? It's in his butt. Oh gosh.
I'm so excited about that orb that you found. You don't understand. I've been thinking about it like since I saw the video.
I don't know. That was either a fluke or it was meant to happen.
It's definitely not a fluke. I mean, it's not a fluke. It's not a fluke. Okay. These things are they appear not only randomly. They appear when they see genius happening. So they come to explore what is happening. When you create a disturbance that they could read, they show up.
Yeah.
So that it's like a line of communication, but we could grow this idea.
I'm sure they're smart enough to know that you have your show with underground ATM stuff. So because it's public, so they can trace you back. It's not just a EM emission or something like that, but the way they track you, but they probably monitor. They probably have. I heard there's a lot of aliens that look like humans, so they kind of integrated into our society.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
they live amongst us.
Well, I heard two species look very much like us, but
Yeah.
one of them's really on the tall side, like 7 feet tall. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey Lulu, if you in touch before your contact gets cold, you know, just for the funding, just let me know and I'll hire you in my company at the same time. I have my company in San Diego, and I have the EEN number. I've got everything necessary for you know, for the sound registration and everything, all that stuff. Everything is ready.
I truly wish you went with me, because it would have made a like an immediate impact, and it would have sped things much faster, because when you go by yourself, it's hard to create that presence, and with the idea, but when
Then
more.
you go with your buddy.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I went by
Well,
myself.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
but yeah, sorry about that. But my job is not following the inflation rate, so I'm kind of my salary decreases over the years. It's ridiculous. That's why I need to change job at all costs.
Well,
You know, I'm
I
getting
wouldn't have been
screwed right
able to
now.
afford it. I wouldn't have been able to afford it if it was in Dallas, because it was just driving to, there.
Yeah.
So like I didn't have to. And then I went there. I left the house here at the like maybe 2, 3. I got there at about 5 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't end up spending. I didn't spend the night there. I just went
Yeah.
to my friend's house. We went to Starbucks, and then I was there like at 8:30.
So
And
you paid your friend. You paid your friend paid the entry fee, and he didn't go.
no, 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 no. He never did. He never said that he wanted to go. So no, I offered a bunch of people who wants to go. Nobody wanted to go. It was for free. Like I got the code for free to enter.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it wasn't even like the invitation for but I looked at other people's invitations. Everybody else paid, and I don't know why I got it for free. Which is
Oh
that's
yeah.
the weird
Uh,
part. And I don't
the,
know why I was there, how I got invited, what purpose, but when they guided me to the like the big congressman tables, like the first tables, and after I started talking to this general, like I saw people around me. I swear to God, like because I was writing, they're talking, and I was writing notes because I wanted to, I like kind of questioning things. So,
yeah.
they were there, like, and they kept on tapping on the table. It felt like as if I was in one of those like auction houses where it's like, yeah, somebody says, yeah, bid going this, blah, 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 and then somebody taps, like, or like on a. I swear to God, they were all tapping around me, and I just didn't understand what they were signaling. I'm 100% they were signaling things, but I don't know what they were signaling.
Like
I'm
in
just gonna.
baseball,
I'm just.
they signal each other, you know,
Yeah,
with
but it was
signs.
more the tapping on the table. And it wasn't
Oh,
one
okay.
person doing it. It was multiple people doing it. But I couldn't
I'm
figure
just
out what.
gonna, guys. I'm just gonna scoot out for a quick smoke. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know, but I couldn't figure out. But I understood something. Like, while they were talking about something called data acquisition. And it just kept on, like, my mind thinking, what's data acquisition? I think it's us human beings. We are the data. They acquire our information, whatever we browse, whatever. And I felt like they somehow had the zoomed camera from somewhere watching exactly what I was writing. And then when they went up on stage, they tried to integrate what I was writing into their conversation. And I'm
Oh yeah.
just like, really? Like, where are you guys copying my work? Like, I don't, yeah. So that's what happened. And then they were talking about, oh, we needed to, have national security, and, and our control our data and this. And then, I told them, well, you'll never be able to do that as long as your chips are made and not made in the United States. And like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, that microphone that you have in your hand, that iPhone that you're holding, that camera's recording, that all has like chips in them, and they're not made in the United States. So where do you think when that data if it passes through it, where's it going to go? It's going to go to one of the servers somewhere in, the Oriental countries where, most
Yeah.
likely Taiwan. And so how are you going to control that if you don't make your, chips here? And
Yeah.
they all just kind of went silent. They didn't have an answer for me. So I don't, I'm like, okay, yeah, we could keep on clapping for every person that comes out, but if there's not real
That's
solutions, then,
hilarious.
what do
Like
we
they
do?
have no sense of real national security or understanding, and you're
Zero.
just like clowning them.
Man, they don't have understanding of nothing. Nothing. They
Yeah.
like to get up on stage. They like to clap for each other. They like to, give each other awards. It's like it's one clique. It's one little family. They all know each other from, decades ago. But they're military people. They're not science people. For them, if it sounds good, it's true. Like ask them just a
Yeah.
little
So
bit.
it's like when I was listening to David Grush. I mean, he has a background in physics, but very mainstream. But they don't know about ATM stuff or underground stuff like we're doing. They have no idea. They want to have new stuff that works, but they just don't have the theory. Maybe they probably reverse engineer a lot of alien stuff, but they don't have the mathematics, so they can't
Or
extrapolate
the
the technology for.
consciousness.
Oh, and the other thing that I was telling them, they're like, oh, the process is this and this, you have to do this. I'm like, yeah, you keep on wasting our time with paperwork, not doing the real experiments, and other countries
The
are gonna
process is called bureaucracy,
no,
right?
but I
It's like
told them like it's not about bureaucracy, it's about other countries like beating us to what you guys want. So like, innovators and scientists and researchers don't like that much paperwork. Like, need other people to get that done and let us focus on the real stuff. And I told them, and my group of people is not going to be your, suit and tie individuals. They're going to be like, we need like a free Autobahn, we could do whatever we want, free card. You can't put restrictions on science. Now, don't give us any parameters. That's not going to happen. Once you put us in a cubicle, it's not going to work. The whole idea is it's a free thought thing. If you don't, invest in that, then you want a cookie cutter science. Well, that's not us. So I don't know, but he still liked it and he still took my name. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
We'll
that's a
guess.
see.
start.
Yeah. But I'm thinking of sending an email saying, hey, it was very nice talking to you. This is more information about our group. This is, the website, like the YouTube channel, if you'd like to, come take a look
Yeah.
at our group and, see it for
Don't, don't,
yourself.
don't wait too long, otherwise the contact is gonna get cold and you're gonna forget.
So I'm always memorable, you know that. I
So
trust me, they will
true.
not forget.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
his eyes when I was talking, swear to God, went like this. I
Oh
saw like
yeah.
he just like looked and he was like going like that. And then you could see the people around him like all gather, like what is he so interested in? Like so no. I
Yeah.
know I made an impact and it's gonna have an effect. A positive effect, a good one. So
Cool. Well, I forgot to say, but I wanted to say that at the beginning, of the show, but I completely forgot. But tonight was a historical show, man. Congrats to everybody. It was a nice show tonight. Um, pretty, pretty historical. So I'm gonna try to create a playlist of all the important shows. Um, and the show have been in other channels as well. Um, but we can't copy videos, huh, Mike? I don't think I don't think I can copy your video and put it on my channel.
Oh yeah, you can. You can even stream it to your channel just when you sign in each day. You could be streaming right now.
Oh yeah, but because I asked ChatGPT to.
Crap. Somebody's trying to hack me right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I got a warning on my screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone's literally trying to hack you right now. You had a screen come up. That's crazy.
Is it China is trying to take you down?
They're not taking me down. They're just trying to maybe
get the info.
access.
Exactly. That's what happened to me.
I also told them that AI is currently referencing our group for from like as information, as source information, and he thought that was really cool. So yeah, because that's what AI is truly doing right now. We talk about
ChatGPT is watching Mike's videos.
Yeah, and like so I asked Grok something to analyze like a little clip I did of Faraday, like our stream League of Extraordinary Adventures, like several months ago.
I've done that too. And
it referenced the name League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or Inventors and like all of our names and stuff, and none of that was in the little clip. It's like it already knew all of this stuff. It was so wild. It's like
I did something similar to that too, and I was surprised on the information that it was throwing at me about the channel and what we do and the physics we're dealing with.
You know, because I applied for SpaceX and I needed a cover letter, so I asked ChatGPT to write a cover letter for me. Man, he knew everything about me. I never shared my details, my resume with ChatGPT, and he knew everything, all my strengths, my weaknesses, and everything. Man, that's really creepy.
Yep.
Cool.
I just wanted a template, you know, but he just filled up all the. The gaps.
You know, our listeners tonight go into ChatGPT and just ask ChatGPT about Faraday Research YouTube channel and just listen to what it says. And it's pretty mind-boggling what it'll actually say to you. I've done it a couple of times now, and it's kind of creeped me out a little bit too.
And meanwhile, you're getting shadow banned, but they copy your stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Like, ooh, what's going on there, eh?
Yeah. So, yeah, story of my life.
I just think, you know, really it's not going to take that much. We just need to get ourselves a little bit organized into the structure that they like, and we could go full, you know, throttle on this. They have like a cookie cutter structure. If we could just somehow mold ourselves into that, we could get whatever we want, honestly.
You know, like when a few years ago, this is going back, I would say a good 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I had a guy send me some parts that I needed. Just, you know, anonymous donation. I started chit-chatting with the guy, and he worked for a company out of, I believe, Boston, and he was making submersible submarines, robotic submarines. And he had a lot of connections through Boston Dynamics and DARPA. And he tried to hook me up and get in to DARPA. But at that time, DARPA said I had to be an American citizen because it had to do, it was either that or I'd have to move to the U.S. and become a U.S. citizen, get my green card and all that stuff. But
that takes time.
Yeah. Wow. So, but anyways, yeah, this guy was interesting, and he sent me some interesting equipment that I still have. You know, that giant coil, that big toroid coil. You sent me that, and those giant capacitors. No, those giant capacitors I have. He sent me those ones too. Yeah, he sent me that, and he sent me a real high-powered neon sign transformer ballast when I was doing the Don Smith experiments. So yeah, he knew what I was up to, and he tried to help out. You know, giving me some stuff that would help. You know, obviously give me an upper hand in trying to do some of the experiments. So I don't even know if he's still around. He was an older fellow, so I'm not even sure if he's still alive. But very intelligent guy, that's for sure. Kind of like a Timtron.
Yeah.
Nice. So, I love your shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
What does that say?
Bernie. This is Bernie's shirt. He gave it to me when I was at Bernie's house.
Oh,
And-
nice.
Okay, you gotta lift up just a bit by the pig on the front on your left, or the rat there, or somewhere there's a coffee mug that says Tim Snortons. Tim Snortons. And the shirt says oink, and oh, there we go. It's right on that side. Yeah, Tim Snortons, and oh, oink. I love that shirt.
Yeah, I got that shirt when I was at Bernie's house.
I want one that says weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So everyone, if you want to donate to me so I can get my silk screening equipment out of storage and up and operating and self-sufficient again since getting shut down over COVID, I can print those shirts, right? So, hey.
Nice.
Today.
That's it.
I need an extra large.
And I'm open for donations too, because I want to start the new Renegade device. So the new Renegade device, it's going to be built in a vacuum chamber. So there's going to be no wind turbulence on that wheel at all. So I'll be able to have that wheel spin almost perpetually if I get it in a complete vacuum. It'll take very, very little energy to actually run it and keep it going at a high rate of speed without any wind drag, right? So that's the next step with the Renegade, is to put it in a vacuum chamber.
Cool.
Yeah.
And my next step is to get the hell out of Canada, and I'm not rejected yet from NVDA and SpaceX. NVDA, the equivalent salary is like, in Canadian dollars, like $482,000 per year. So I'll be able to self-fund my everything I'm doing. That's gonna be cool, man. And I'll fund you guys too. I don't care.
Yeah. So when are you coming to Toronto? Come on, Phil. I went all the way across Canada to see Bernie. Now you
right? Or y'all should immigrate to Alberta. Come to Calgary. At least come to Calgary. You're applying for jobs. Alberta's like the one province that's still hiring, right?
See, Philip could jump on an airplane in Montreal and fly to Toronto. It's a 2-hour flight.
Yeah, or take the train. I'm right next to the train station,
There you go. Take the train. I can meet you at Union Station.
So I want to afford one of those, like the little things that you drive where has like the whole house with it, and like in the summertime. Yeah, like one of those, but not the huge ones so I can drive the huge. There's no way I could drive the huge ones, but that would be fun to like do a road trip and just pass by everyone, and, yeah,
that'd be a long drive.
Yeah, I mean, summer's a long summer,
Yeah.
When I drove back from California to Canada, it took me 4 days. Took 4 days at 10 hours drive a day.
Thanks.
I was still young back then, but I don't think I can do that anymore.
When I was in Calgary, the 3 days I was driving through Banff and all the travel I did in Calgary, 3 days I did 1,700 kilometers.
Oh yeah.
1,700. That's 350. About 800 miles, right? Yeah, about 800 miles. Yeah.
In 3 days, yeah. That's just going from site to site to site, do your little walk around. And
I drove from San Francisco to Houston. I don't know how long that, like mile wise, but it took me about 22 hours straight shot.
Oh,
straight shot! Wow.
Yeah. I don't ever I rarely, if I'm traveling from anywhere, I drive it all the way. I just
No, that's good.
That's a lot of
me. I'm getting old. Every time it's at 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm getting tired. So no, I was not like that before.
How do you think I feel? I'm like, how many years older than you?
Oh, come on now, guys. We're in the science of youth regeneration. You need to build your water machine and drink more of it. And
I got
to get them.
I got my water machine.
Age is a number, Your age should be a feeling, not a number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like being a woman is a feeling, and if you have a kid is a feeling. How do you go to court proving that your feeling says that oh yeah, I'm pregnant or I'm a girl or a guy? You know, you do an MRI scan to prove that that's the way you think this specific day. What if you change your mind? You know.
Listen, I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm more on the traditional side. This is how
Biology
I
is
see it.
biology. It's real science.
I see it like this. If God intended for it to be any other way around other than Adam and Eve, would have been Adam and Steve, but it's Adam and Eve.
Adam and Steve.
It's not Adam and
That's
Steve.
amazing.
So, right?
Not to mention, it's like you see male and female birds and squirrels and crocodiles and chameleons
And here are the humans with 52 genders.
I mean, I'm not. I don't judge, but it's just that's how the universe runs.
right, or Alicia and Alexa, right?
Well, you know what? There's a couple of creatures out there that are both sexes, and a lot of people would make that argument. A worm is one of them, and I believe there's a
seahorse.
A seahorse too. And seahorse as
Stick
well.
bugs. No, those ones. They actually, everyone you just mentioned does have male and female. It's that they can reproduce asexually when there's not enough of the other around.
Yeah.
And it's only stick bugs that are actually asexual that fertilize themselves, and don't have sexes.
Okay, we'll stick to humans. Comparison to the humans, not to the animal world. But
yeah, I agree. Yeah, we'll stay to humans. It's easier.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up tonight. Everybody, we go live to air again next week at Faraday Research, League of Extraordinary Inventors, every Friday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Stay tuned to my channel. I'll be doing more of these crazy, wacky pyramid experiments and see if I
trying
can
to bring on the rain, right? They're going to start accusing Mike of flooding Ontario, and it's going to be the new blame game of geoengineering. And also later Sunday evening, same time, I believe 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, on Steve Place, Tesla Tech. Nathan and Joe are presenting their round.
Right. And I think on the week after.
Nice.
Doing the week
Very
after
nice.
those two.
Amazing.
Yeah. So we'll look forward to that. Everybody, thanks a lot, and we'll see everybody next week.
And I'm going to do a stream later tonight. Much love.
Take care, guys.